And the senator representing Edo North in the 10th Senate, Senator Adams Oshomole, he called on the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to immediately stop the importation of products manufactured by companies that exited the country. Now, Oshomole, he was speaking on Thursday. He said, if the multinational companies had considered the country to be bad for their company's growth, they should not be allowed to make Nigeria a dumping ground for their products. Now, he also said he was a guest speaker at Prof. Emeka Umera's public lecture that was organized in solidarity with President Bola Tinubu's administration. He said that companies like Michelin, Dunlop, Toyota and many others exited the soil of Nigeria, but they still have their products flood the country's market.
Right.
Now, according to him, the companies have to move to build other countries' economy by providing job opportunities for the citizens of such country, and therefore should not be allowed to be reaping from Nigeria where they are not contributing anything to its GDP. He also urged Nigerians to continue to pray for Tinubu to remain courageous in taking tough decisions that will align the country in the paths of prosperity. Let me quote him a little bit. He said, I'm advocating that the National Assembly, the presidency, should identify the industries that must be returned to the country. And if such companies refuse to return, Nigeria should begin to ban companies that left the country from selling their products to Nigerians.
Well,
now, the thing is, I don't think that we really think about some of the things that we put out there.
Right.
I would like to approach this from, two different perspectives. First of all, the fact that they are not in this country and we depend on their products only means that there's a gap here, deficiency in the production of those products that they have.
Right.
That's number one. What is the cause of that deficiency? Lack of enabling environment, lack of capital, inflation, and what else?
High taxation.
High taxation and exchange rates. This insecurity. These are some of the things that affect productivity, right? And for you to say these companies should be banned, like their products should be banned, did you think of what put the pressure? Nobody likes to relocate their businesses after how many years, and especially that the business is thriving here. Taking it out of the country just means, okay, we are constrained. And think of what will happen to us we're solely dependent on so many imported products here in Nigeria. Think of what will happen to Nigerians' economy, Nigerian system. Will we be efficient enough? These are the few points.
Maybe Adams Oshomole is looking at us trying to see how we can become like China, but then you forget that the era different. The time China embarked on such, where they closed and shut themselves out to the rest of the world, saying that look, it's either we produce it or we die. That time, and now can we stand that? But is that a risk that we must take? There are no other ways to broker the situation to ensuring that it's a win-win on both sides, right? And then we're looking at international diplomacy and our relationship with other countries. I mean, these countries or these companies originate from several countries that we have good ties with, right? You wouldn't want to create bad blood at this point in time.
Bad blood is the word.
Of course, you wouldn't want to create bad blood at this point in time in terms of your relationship with other countries and all of that. And that might go a long way, a very long way in giving us maybe, if you like, the blacklist, because just last week we mentioned something about blacklisting, where Turkey has been seen as a country that's been sending arms into the country and all of that. And some family members had said, no, there's nothing concerning Turkey in this kind of things.
It's your
own people that have gone there to do these things. But do we think that these other countries, in terms of the discourse, and right now you're placing a total ban on products that we need essentially, that we are not producing in any way. We may have the resources, but tapping the resources is yet another thing, because insecurity would not even allow those who are supposedly to tap these resources and harness it into a productive production to have access to it, to get anywhere close to it. and then you tell the president that he should place a ban on these goods and services and products and all of that. Well, it might hold some positives, but then the negatives outweigh the positives.
And
I don't think
about 10 billion naira of that amount meant for development of vaccines in the ministry's account long after the pandemic.
Wow.
Now, the ICPC had set up terms to track disbursement of the COVID-19 intervention fund received by about nine ministries, departments, and agencies of government from the point of disbursement to utilization. Now, according to the immediate past chairman of the ICPC, Professor Bolaji, he said the team was put in place because the commission observed discrepancies in the procurement and payments made by some MDAs after the disbursement of the COVID-19 fund. Now, he said the commission observed that in some instances, the distribution of relief materials or palliatives was chaotic, disorderly, and uncoordinated. Investigation by a media house revealed that in the same ministry, over 100 million naira was approved by welfare package for workers and paid from COVID-19 intervention funds. The findings also showed that over 100 million was budgeted for Wi-Fi and sent to an employee's personal account. Also, about 6 teaching hospitals in the country have also refunded 36 million naira unspent COVID-19 intervention fund to government coffers after pressure from the ICPC. Now, it can authoritatively say from this report that in the coming days, the commission will arrange some indicted officials involved in the approvals and
come out to talk.
Yeah.
I'm not saying EFCC
There's
just comes out to talk
somehow.
But before ICPC will come out and tell you that we have discovered, you should know that these guys have hard facts, and they've come out with this hard fact, and you've not seen anybody negate it.
Yeah.
Nobody has negated it, right? And then to think that the hospitals were somewhat forced
to refund.
Meaning, nobody, these people do these things. It's not an unknowingly thing. I don't know. Nobody should come and say they unknowingly. No, they didn't know. And then you're budgeting 100 million naira for Wi-Fi.
Did you?
In what?
Now they allegedly say over 700 something billion. Yeah, in terms of charging her allegedly. Let me say that so that you allow me to talk. That is the level of corruption. How I wish it was opposition that come into power. We would have seen a lot of road in this government. But I want to appreciate Tinubu for doing his work. How I wish we would borrow the case of China. I'm telling you, most of the people, they wouldn't have been in existence. They would have been beyond this art and be, having an affair with having God. But thank you for giving us the privilege. I really appreciate people. Keep showing higher and higher.
All right. Thank you so much, Selassie.
Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning to you.
Anybody there?
Okay.
All right.
Right. The phone lines are still open for your calling pleasure. 09.
And then they have to continue. For China, they came to Nigeria here. They enter bush to buy cashew. And then some of them do this legal mines. So if they contact yellow fever and then they went back to China. When they went back to China, Korongong. And then the thing started developing because the weather at that place is too cold. He is sent to European country. And then they give him COVID-19, they bring it to Africa here. And then we see that it's just under yellow fever. So this case, we say there's nothing like the yellow fever. And then we treat our people in no extent.
To you.
My name is GB.
GB,
Right,
good
GB,
morning.
Welcome aboard.
Yes, there is freedom of information and freedom of speech. There's something we should not tolerate on it. When somebody is saying COVID-19 is yellow fever, it's misleading. It's misleading. I don't know how it is, but to me, this national radio, people are hearing them that they are saying COVID-19 yellow fever. That's by the way anyway. Let me tell you, the issue of Farouk Lawal, Farouk Kusadia, the court says he should give information. So, what you call these people that went to court? They went to court on the basis of Freedom of Information Act that we need to know how you share this money. The court has not indicted Farouk that he stole the money. Just tell us, okay, give us information, so you are going to court. And I think let's leave it for the court to decide. if this woman is innocent or guilty. I'm not putting it for me, but we should be educated. Because
All right.
on social media, they say, you see, the woman sold the money. They share the money. Nobody has come to say this woman share and get any money. Let's go by the rules.
All right.
It's your mother, your sister, your auntie. Will you allow that? Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, GB. But first of all, before we go on with that, you said you raised 2 points.